All right. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, January 5th. Thank you for coming back to another Right Angle Sports Release show here on the RAS YouTube channel. More than 1,000 people waiting in the stream to get going on a very busy Thursday morning. And before we do, just two things to get to. First and foremost, the subscribe button is right down below. There's a very good chance we're going to have multiple shows today. So it's important to be subscribed because when you are a subscriber of the YouTube channel, you'll get a push notification sent to your phone from YouTube every time we schedule and set up the streams. And so you won't have to be bouncing around in a number of different spots. It's free to subscribe. All you have to do is log into YouTube. If you don't already have YouTube, all you need is an email. Guess what? That is a free email too. So really recommend, if you like the shows, if you like what Right Angle Sports is doing, there's a subscribe button right down below. Really encourage hitting it. We're at 3,040 subscribers in just 2 weeks of doing the show. So that's pretty significant as we continue to grow, do more content. All of these subscriber numbers help. As it stands now, 13 and 11 on the free releases. And I saw in the comments above, before we got rolling, there were people questioning what the record was, asking what's going on. And something that we see is about 48% of viewers are not subscribed, and it comes after the live stream. And so if you're watching this after the live stream, or you're one of the people that are watching these shows and saying, why is this happening? Why are the markets moving like this? Why is there so much hype around these shows? Important to remember that when we're doing these shows, it's a small fraction of what's actually going on, but there's a 20-year history here with Right Angle Sports, a group of professionals that have had success in the college basketball market dating back to the late 1990s. And so the market influence is real. They were 58% in college basketball last year, 64% in college football this year. Whether it's the last 1,000 plays, 5,000 plays, anything, there's a ton of track record and proven success from these guys. So when you're watching this and you're wondering what's going on, why is this happening? That's why it's happening. And so we're going to have a very busy show today with a busy Thursday. And you will see all of that happening. So you're going to have to move very quickly as these get going. We will have setup, go, cancel, and as always now, the possibility of an opposite where you're going to have to get on the other side very quickly if these numbers start to steam in a hurry. So with all that said, let's get to the first setup of the day. We'll bring up the odds screen here so everybody can look at it and follow along as we go. Lots of games are going to be moving around, so let's get to the first setup, and we will go to game number 759, Purdue, Ohio State, over 141. And this game is at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Going Pacific time today, Purdue, Ohio State, over 141. We'll give everybody a few more seconds to find and set up 759, Purdue, Ohio State, over 141. Game number 759, Purdue, Ohio State, over 141 at 4 p.m. Pacific is a cancel. We are not betting 759, Purdue, Ohio State, over. This is a cancel. We will continue on with the next setup for everybody here on the stream. We're going to game number 760, Purdue, Ohio State, under 141. And this is at 4 p.m. Pacific. Give everybody 10 more seconds to find and set up 760, Purdue, Ohio State, under 141 at 4 p.m. Pacific. Game number 760, Purdue, Ohio State, under 141 is a go. We are betting 760, Purdue, Ohio State, under 141. This is a go. If you have it in your bet slip, bet under 141 immediately. This is a go in Purdue and Ohio State. Under 141 is a go. As always, the YouTube chat is there. We'll be moving very quickly today, but always appreciate everybody dropping a message in the chat, letting us know where you were betting it, what price you were seeing. Were you able to get the release number? Looks like everyone's going to have a lot of success with this one at 141. Seeing it from almost everyone, even seeing some 140s and 141 and a halves as well popping up in the chat. Looks like Edgar was able to get 141 from Will. Brian was able to get 141 as well. A successful release here to start the show. Purdue, Ohio State under 141 is the first go of the day. Give everybody a couple of seconds to regroup and get ready for the next setup. All right, here we go. Setup number 3 of the day. We are going to game number 801, Montana, Northern Arizona, over 138 at 5 p.m. Pacific. Game number 801, Montana, Northern Arizona. And we are going over 138 at 5 p.m. Pacific. So we're setting up 801, Montana, Northern Arizona, over 138. Give everybody a few more seconds to find and set up 801, Montana, Northern Arizona, over 138. .801 Montana, Northern Arizona, over 138 is a cancel. We are not betting Montana, Northern Arizona, over 138. This is a cancel. You can remove it from your bet slip. We are not betting 801 Montana, Northern Arizona, over 138. This is a cancel. Moving on to the 4th setup of the show with the next setup. We are going with game number 802, Montana, Northern Arizona, under 138. And this is at 5 p.m. Pacific. It should be right where you left off. Game number 802, Montana, Northern Arizona, under 138. And this game is at 5 p.m. Pacific. Couple more seconds to find and set up 802 Montana, Northern Arizona, under 138, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Game number 802, Montana, Northern Arizona, under 138 is a cancel. We're not betting Montana, Northern Arizona. The under is a cancel. Take a second to regroup, get back to your sportsbook menu, and we will get ready with the next setup. The next setup is game number 830, Cal Poly, Cal State Bakersfield, under 117.5 at 7 p.m. Pacific time. We're setting up game number 830, Cal Poly, Cal State Bakersfield, under 117.5 at 7 p.m. Pacific. Give everybody a couple of more seconds to find and set up 830, Cal Poly, Cal State Bakersfield, under 117.5 at 7 p.m. Pacific. Game number 830, Cal Poly, Cal State Bakersfield, under 117.5 is a cancel. We are not betting Cal Poly, Cal State Bakersfield, under 117.5. This is a cancel. Give everybody a few more seconds to regroup and get ready for the next setup. We're moving quickly today. A lot of games on the card, a lot of setups, a lot of potential releases. Going to keep moving very quickly here, so try your best to keep up and keep scrolling along in those sportsbook menus. Next setup. Game number 829, Cal Poly, Cal State Bakersfield, over 117.5 at 7 p.m. Pacific. Game number 829, Cal Poly, Cal State Bakersfield, over 117.5. Game number 829, Cal Poly, Cal State Bakersfield, over 117.5 is a go. We are betting 829 Cal Poly, Cal State, Bakersfield over 117.5. This is a go. If you got it in your bet slip, bet it immediately. This game is already on the move, as you can see. As pointed out, there was a 116.5 out there for certain. Let us know where you were looking, where you were able to find it, what price you were able to get. Little light on the comments today as we're going to keep this moving very quickly. Again, it's a massive Thursday college basketball card. All of these Thursday cards with release shows are going to be very busy. So this is going to be a quick moving show. And we'd love to get to the comments as everybody posts them. We're going to click through them pretty quickly today as we keep moving. Looks like 117.5, as low as minus 105. As mentioned, there was that 116.5 was on the board too. Important to keep looking at all of the places on the board to see what numbers were hanging there, what books were moving a little bit slow. That'll help you in shows moving forward as well. All right. A couple seconds here now that one was a go to get to the next setup. We'll let everybody reset here as we get to the next one, which is setting up game number 808 Eastern Washington -5 at 6 p.m. Pacific. Game number 808 Eastern Washington -5, and this is at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We'll give everybody a few more seconds to find and set up 808 Eastern Washington -5. Game number 808 Eastern Washington -5 at 6 p.m. Pacific is a go. We are betting Eastern Washington -5. This is a go. If you have it in your bet slip, submit it immediately. Seeing this one a little bit slower to move than the other two goes. Still some fives hanging on the board. Looks like this one is going to be a very successful release as well as it starts to move now. But still, you can see on the odds screen some of these numbers hanging back and still being available. Again, we'll get to some of these comments quickly. Chris got the 5. Anthony got the 5. Jason got the 5. Ed was able to get the 5. Connor, half a point better at 4.5. West Coast guy, who's always on the streams, was able to get the 5. Spade got 5 as well. Eric found the 5 too. Looks like a very successful third release of the show. Kai was able to get 4.5 as well, as some of the domestic books were hanging back half a point on Eastern Washington. -5 is the third release of the show. Continuing on. Again, busy card. These Thursday cards are going to be a lot of fun as we get into the conference play chunk of January and into February. A lot of games, a lot of fun on a late week card here on a Thursday. Continuing on. Next setup. Good to hear from Patrick. Having a good time getting the release odds. Always good to see. Next setup. Game number 821 USC UCLA over 140.5. This is at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. Game number 821 USC UCLA over 140.5. We'll give everybody a few seconds to find and set up game number 821 USC UCLA over 140.5. This game is at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. The setup of game number 821 USC UCLA over 140.5 is a cancel. We are not betting game number 821 USC UCLA over 140.5. This is a cancel. If you have it in your bet slip, remove it from your bet slip. This is not going to be a bet. Continuing on with the next setup, we're going to game number 822 USC UCLA under 140.5. And again, this game's at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. You'll be in the same spot. Game number 822 USC UCLA under 140.5. 822 USC UCLA under 140.5 is a go. And I'm seeing a split on the board between 140 and 140.5. So at 140, we may look at a regrade or potentially adjust this number. We'll see what everybody gets and how we sort this out. Looks like a lot of 140s coming in. Nathan was able to find a 141.5, 140.5 for Moose, 140.5 for Paul, 140.5 for Ed as well. Seeing Ramsey with the 140, another 140.5, 140 offshore, 141 at Canby. We'll have to check with Ed. I'll have the recap after the show on how we go with this 140. I think is going to be the fair price, but we'll confirm what we grade this at a little bit after in the recap. I'll post that in the Discord as well as on Twitter. We'll have everybody updated with what that number is once we get to the conclusion of the show. Continuing on with the setups as we get to the 16-minute mark of the show, we'll keep things moving along very quickly here. We're going to set up game number 824 Pepperdine at 7 p.m. Pacific time. 824 Pepperdine plus 1.5 at 7 p.m. Pacific. We'll give everybody a few more seconds to get to game number 824 Pepperdine plus 1.5, 7 p.m. Pacific time. $824 Pepperdine plus 1.5 at 7 p.m. Pacific is a go. We are betting 824 Pepperdine plus 1.5. This is a go. Pepperdine plus 1.5 is a bet. If you have it in your bet slip, submit it immediately. Let us know in the chat where you found Pepperdine plus 1.5. What price did you get? And where were you betting it? We'll keep moving along very quickly. Busy Thursday show. Tim was able to get plus 1.5. Always good to see Tim on the streams. Has been following for a long time. Steven said he was able to get 2.5. So did CMR. Patrick was able to get 2. Ian found 2.5 as well. That was sitting out there. Russell was able to get 1.5. Ben 1.5 as well. Maxwell went on the money line. It's an alternate way to play that. Caesar 1.5 at FanDuel. Nico found a 2 on Pepperdine as well. Donald was able to get on that 2.5 as other people were able to find that one as well. A lot more 1.5s too. That one took a couple extra seconds to move on the board. We're now through to where Pepperdine is a 1 or 1.5 point favorite. So it looks like a very successful release on that bet as well for Pepperdine plus 1.5. We will have more shows later today. Again, it's important to subscribe down below. You'll get the notification for when the show is coming up, when the next shows are. If you're on the stream, you're enjoying the bets, you're enjoying the shows, that subscribe button is going to help you a lot in keeping up with all the shows when they are happening and where they are happening. So hit the subscribe button down below. We'll have an announcement on the next show. This, again, going close to 20 minutes. Appreciate everybody sticking through to the end. Looks like we're north of 1,000 people the entire stream, but we'll have another one. Again, it's a massive Thursday card, so there will be more bets to come. Button down below. Hit the subscribe button. You'll get that push notification sent to your phone. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by for the first show. We'll have another one coming up shortly this morning.